Let's go, girl. Let's go.
What is a critical conversation? A critical conversation is a conversation that reveals important context, not only about ourselves, but about other people. Critical conversations edify, heal, and provide substance. Join LaTanya Harris-Gooden as she introduces us to critical conversations right here on Trailblazers Radio.
Got what you need.
All right, y'all, we getting off to a good start. I am going to bring my sister up. This young lady, let me tell you, I'm not losing no eyelashes today. These eyelashes got to last until next New Year's Eve. Did you hear me what I say? So I'm going to bring my sister Kyoshonda up. You saw her last time and she literally came on here and just blew our minds with the word that God had given her for us, that kind of put us at ease. So I am excited in anticipation of what she is going to deliver today. She is a whole vibe, a whole movement, a whole crusade wrapped up in a beautiful package. So let me bring her on the screen right now. Hey. Good evening, Chief Visionary Officer. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
My pleasure. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, if people don't know, I met you through social media, kind of, but I met you through the choir. Shout out to the founder, Pastor Larry Callahan and SOG. And I think this is the 21st year of the choir's existence. How exciting is that? Awesome. So what are we talking about today? Which business ministry? Let's get it started. I got my notebook.
That's funny.
I'm ready.
Today we are really just, there's only one business. There's just Kyoshonda LLC, and I am the face of my brand. So, we really just want to personify self-love. We want to help women personify self-love. We want to help you love yourself out on a consistent basis. And we want to give you opportunities to do that, because a lot of times we don't create the opportunity. We expect for the opportunity to kind of just show up. So we want to create the opportunity for you to love yourself out loud on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
And we don't do that enough. And I have to admit, I think our viewpoint of loving ourselves can be sometimes distorted. Sometimes we see ourselves doing everything else for other people, and that's loving ourselves. That's loving them. And that came from way back. We can go back to Big Mama Medea, Auntie Maybelline, Essie Mae, Lula Sue. That goes way back. And I'm not saying it was wrong, but it was something that we just grabbed a hold of it, and that was the strong woman, demeanor. You just have to be all for everybody and just get out there and do it. And I was at an event today, earlier, with some sisters of mine, and one of the sisters at the table, bless her heart, she says these words: "I've done so much for everybody else that I don't know who I am."
Yeah.
And now she was very emotional. When I tell you, my heart just, because that's a lot of people's story.
Yeah.
Which is so ingrained into the lives of our loved ones. And we love hard. I get it. But I don't remember ever seeing an example of what self-love looked like in my growing up. It was just get out there and hustle, grind, be the best possible wife, mama, choir director, whatever you are. Just get out there and make it happen. If you got too much time, that means you're lazy. Yep. It wasn't too much pampering and quiet and reading a book and having a cup of hot chocolate. So this is something kind of new to many of us. And now, how do you love who you don't know? So now we got to go back to who are you again? I mean, I know I am you, but
that's
like strangers, right?
I think that's the biggest component. we are so inundated and defined by our titles.
Yes.
We don't know who we are just as a person without the title.
Yes.
It's one of the first things that we talk about whenever we do any type of event or in some of the books. The first thing we do is kind of strip away those titles, and we want you to just focus on you, the woman. Who are you? What do you like? What's your favorite color? What do you like to eat? Because even now, like I'm really focused in on self-love. I'm really focused in on who I am, what I like. But when I cook every day, I base my meals around what my kids like to eat because I got picky eaters. I don't think about what I want to eat first. I think about what they want to eat, and then my meal will it will complement their meal because I do eat differently than they do. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's one of those things that kind of just happens because I am a mom, I am a wife. So those are roles that I take on. And because I take on those roles and because I love myself, does not mean I have to neglect those roles. And I think a lot of us think that too. We believe that if we love ourselves, that somebody else is going to miss out. And that's not necessarily. When you love yourself, you teach those people around you, those close to you, how to love you as well.
Yes.
And you're never unfulfilled in the love that you receive because you're giving it to yourself first. The people who are close to you, they love you. They want to know how to love you. So they watch you love yourself, and then they know how to love you too, so that the love that you receive is a love that fulfills and not just something. It's not a gift if it's not something that you want.
Wow.
So when your loved ones give you the love that they give you, it's love that you want because you've taught them how to love you. It's love that you're ready to receive. It's love that fulfills you. It's love that fills you up. So, yeah.
We talked about at this event earlier the word no, and I have struggled. I will be so honest that it's difficult to say it in business. Last year I was diagnosed with anxiety, and part of that is because whenever a communication will go out to the management team, to the team, not to LHG, to the team. But LHG feels like she has to be the one to say, I got it.
Yeah.
And then I would really mess myself up by saying, give me one moment. How many things can you do in one moment?
How long is a moment?
Listen, that's a good question. How long is a moment? Is it a minute and a half? Is it a second? And that worked against me because although my intentions might have been in the right place, it was an anxiety. I had to see it done. But there were other people that were addressed in that email. Why? And my boss even asked me, now, you do know that when you do that, the other ones say, oh, she'll get it.
Yep.
She'll get it because we pretty much know that quick fingers will grab it. So I tricked them. I said, okay, next time I ain't going to say nothing. So they looking at each other. I'm watching them over the cubicle like, what y'all going to do? They ain't grab it. So now what's your excuse? I kept my hands off of it. Now what you going to do? So when we talked about the word no to me means a boundary. And sometimes we feel like boundaries are negative. What do you think boundaries purpose are in our life? What's the purpose of boundaries?
A boundary is number one for you, the one who sets the boundary. It is not for the outside world.
Okay.
That boundary is specifically for you. And it is, I think, a boundary. I don't necessarily believe in balance, but I do believe in flow.
I like that.
A boundary helps you flow better. Sometimes a boundary is no, depending on the situation. Sometimes a boundary is yes.
Wow.
I don't have a problem saying no anymore. I used to. But I feel like I was training my whole life for COVID. So I have a problem saying yes now.
Okay.
Where to go?
Okay.
Like, can I watch it online? Can I send you a seed? I will sow a seed. Do I have to? I don't want to come. I want to be invited, but I don't want to come. I'm an introvert by nature, but I don't want to come. I like my house. I'm safe here. My stuff is
beautiful.
So for me, a boundary is I have a list of people that I have to say yes to this year.
Okay.
that you invite me to something, I have to say yes to something, because my yes is healthy. Because my yes is going to get me out of the comfort zone that is my home. I'm trying to grow a business, a brand. I'm trying to grow myself. I've done as much as I can here at home. I have to get out and about. I have to put myself out there. And so there's a list of people that I have to say yes to this year. I have to go to something that you invite me. I physically show up at something that you invite me to, and that's a boundary for me. But I don't have to say yes to everybody. So that's also just because you invite me does not mean that I have to go. So because they send the email, the boundary is I give myself permission to say yes to one email this year. I mean, I can say yes to one. If it's 10 of us on the team and they send 5 emails a week, I can say yes to 2 of them, because that means the work is evenly distributed.
That's so good.
That's so good. Say that I can get it done, but I am not the only one who can.
Yes.
And if I keep being the only one who can, then I am the only one who will, because they're going to let me do it.
Oh, absolutely.
You're teaching them again how to love you.
Yes.
So a boundary, I believe it helps you operate and flow better.
That's good. And when you take a step back, like when I decided not to jump on everything, after doing it for a couple of times, and after saying I'm leaving work on time, I would put my coat on, grab my purse, I would pass my boss's office. She was like, "Where you going?" "Home." I start before you. I should not leave after you.
That's a good help.
And you might get some pushback, because like you said, you have taught people that no matter who won't do it,
you will.
I know one person that will do it no matter how late they have to stay, weekend, holiday, snow day, she will do it. And it's my fault.
Yeah.
I own that, because if you put it out there that you are capable and willing, who's not going to take you up on the offer? You put it out there. So I taught them to depend on LHG so much that when I pulled back, they thought something was wrong with me. Nope, something is right with me.
Finally right, yes.
I literally put off planning my wedding. I was supposed to get married 2 years prior than I did because of this job. I had got this new position, and I just wanted to show that I was in it to win it. I was working weekends, and they said, "Well, weren't you supposed to get married?" I'm like, "Oh, I was." Like, dang, this is crazy. And there's an inappropriate amount of time you can spend at work when it infringes upon everything else that God has given you. You ask for a family, you ask for a spouse, you ask for all these things, but yet you're not even willing to give time to cultivate these relationships that God is giving you. So when did you realize, hey, Shonda, that you had to do things differently as it pertained to self-love for yourself?
So I've kind of been in the self-love game for like 9 years.
Wow.
It was so taboo at the beginning. Church people didn't like me.
Oh.
Yeah, it was real taboo at the beginning.
Woo.
I think it got real real for me during the pandemic.
Okay.
I really had nothing to do but spend time with me. Like, yes, I had to, my husband was home part of the time. My husband is a chef, so he never really stopped working because folk never really stopped eating. My kids were home, homeschooling and things like that, but I got to spend a whole lot of time with Shonda.
Okay.
So I feel like I really started going hard in it and stopped caring about the backlash that came from it probably mid 2020, like right after the pandemic hit. And I was like, yeah, I am pretty dope. And I bet these other women at home chilling with themselves like, yeah, I do kind of like who I am as a person.
Yes.
So I think I got probably more vocal about the fact that self-love is who I am right after the pandemic in 2020. Yeah.
Awesome. Talk to us about the books that you've authored.
I wrote a book called Better Than Bourgeois or Better Than Bougie. It's 7 Simple Steps to a Better You. That's the first book I ever wrote, and God kind of took me back to that book in October of 2022 last year, when He told me to be quiet.
Ooh.
I was doing a lot of busy work, but I was kind of like tinkling brass, a high sounding cymbal. I was saying a whole lot of nothing.
I hear you.
He told me to be quiet, and He took me back to that book during my quiet time. Because I wanted to know how I was supposed to do what He called me to do. So it took me back to the beginning, and so I've kind of been reading. It's a short read, but it has lasting impact.
It sure does.
Thank you. That's the first book I ever wrote, and then I wrote Speak It, #Speak It, which is a 21-day devotional.
Yes,
It has a scripture, an affirmation, and a self-love activity for every day. That one is pretty dope. I like it. And then
that's the one I have. I don't have the first one. I got that one.
Yeah, you got Speak It.
Yes.
And then I did my last book was the self-love workbook. It's also 21 days, and it's literally a self-love activity that you should be able to do every day within 24 minutes. Again, getting to the point of loving yourself consistently out loud. Some of the activities are real chill, and some of the activities hurt your feelings, but kind of like break you to make you type thing. We got to break some of our limits and beliefs within ourselves.
Yes,
we have to confront some of the issues that we have allowed.
Yes,
having that book kind of helps us confront some of those issues. You were part of the
it was amazing.
I don't even know what to call it. My focus group, I guess.
Amazing
book. But we're writing another book. It'll be released this year. I can't say much about it, but we're writing another book, and I believe God is going to bless it. I believe the people are going to be blessed by it. So I think it's going to be good.
Awesome. How can people follow you on social media?
I'm Kayo Shonda on everything. I am most active on Instagram and Facebook. I recently vamped up my YouTube page, so
I'm loving these videos.
Thank you. There's a new YouTube video every Sunday, and then if I get something else, it'll be released. But every Sunday there'll be a new YouTube video. It's a commitment that I had to make to myself that I'm going to release a video a week. So, but everything is under Kayo Shonda. Everything is on my website, kayoshonda.com, as far as books and just where to locate anything about me. I do want to mention Juneteenth 2023. My first event for the year, and it's gonna be a banger, LaTanya.
I need it.
It's be a banger.
No other way coming from you.
So it's a Monday night, but I've always had this dream of doing something for Black women in business on Juneteenth, and God opened the door. He gave me an idea, and then He sent my mentor to confirm it. And when she confirmed it, I acted, and it's gonna 100 women, 100 CEOs in the same room at once. Y'all, I'm telling you, if you're watching this, make sure when those tickets go on sale, you get them, because it's better.
Better. And any event that Kayo Shonda does is top notch.
Thank you.
It's well thought out. It's well executed. She does things that are designed to give you that motivation you need to push yourself. And she dispels the myth that Black women can't get along and that we can't stand behind each other and push. She helps to dispel that. I think she gets great pleasure seeing her sisters do the dang on thing. Okay, listen. And I'm all about empowerment too. That's our theme tonight: love and empowerment. Next month is Black History Month and the Love Month with Valentine's Day. So that is a great time to talk about self-love and taking care of your dreams. Stop stagnating yourself because of fear. Your dreams matter. Your dreams are important, and follow her, because it's great to have people in your circle that can help push you You know, some people are actual sabotagers. You can't even tell everybody everything. Why would you want to do that? She's methodical. Let's talk it through. Because you do coaching, don't you? Do coaching?
I do.
Yes. Can't y'all tell? You need somebody like her that can count. Okay, let's write this out. Let's flow this out and put some thought to each layer, because we get so excited.
Yeah, it gotta make sense. We can be excited,
you know.
When it's time to execute, it gotta make sense. So it makes sense. Yeah.
It has to make sense. Well, I want to thank you. First of all, thank you for being my sister. Thank you for being someone that I could look at and say, you know what, Lord, you must really love me by allowing my path to cross with her, because you have given me a whole new way of looking at how to love myself and be aware of who I am and feel good just chilling with LHG. So much busy work. You forget who you are and you become everything for everybody else, but the essence of you gets put, to the side, and it starts to erode. So I thank you for all that you give to the community, and thank you for being a part of my second vendor experience.
For the opportunity, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night, sis.
Thank you.